Hey, you're listening to Pink Pantyhose, where comedy meets feminism. I'm your host, Naya, and thank you all for listening to my podcast. You can do anything with your ears. You can clean your ears, you can pierce your ears. But the fact that you're giving me your ears to listen to my podcast, I greatly appreciate it. So today, we're talking about how 2020 has alleviated, has revived, has just overall helped my dating life. So today's feminist lesson is learn from your mistakes, learn from your growth. But before we jump into the episode, we got to handle some business. I need y'all to subscribe, to rate, leave some reviews, all that jazz, even a little bit of hateration, because are you really popping if you don't have haters? I'm just saying. No, for real, thank y'all so much for showing love to me and to Pink Pantyhose, because only reason I keep doing this is because y'all say I'm doing a good job. Always show love to people. Words of affirmation is my top love language. I do not take this lightly. You think someone got it together and just exude confidence? No. We all be giving ourselves pep talks every single day. So just thank y'all for the love. So today I want to focus on how 2020 has improved my dating life. So I know a lot of people said 2020 sucks. I'm done with it. Put it in the past. Ugh. Blech. And I get it. Mental health, anxiety is super real. I even struggled with mental health this year. And people's livelihoods, like some people's jobs have been shut down because of the pandemic. So let's not excuse the fact, let's not diminish it, let's not put sprinkles on that piece of coal, whatever you want to say. It has sucked for people. But me being the queen of optimism, 2020, the pandemic, has helped me so much. And I've learned this year, you only got two things. You got Jesus and you got your imagination. So why not use your imagination to think about positive things? I'm just saying, your brain is going to come up with thoughts, so think about the good things. Hello. But 2020, I appreciated it because it has reminded me to slow down with dating, and that I don't need a relationship to be happy, because I felt so much pressure to date, to be out in the streets, on online dating apps, finding a man. And because of the pandemic, it has helped me. Because my last relationship, let's insert these air quotes, relationships, we argued so often, and trouble in paradise that quick. We broke up mid-March, and I was sad. Hello, who goes into a relationship thinking, man, I'm about to have my mental health off. It's going to be altered. They're going to rock my rocker. I'm going to be sad. I'm just ready to listen to the next Mary J. Blige song, cry my feelings, eat out my feelings, blah, blah, blah. No. But I'm appreciative of that ending, because right when the city shut down is when that relationship ended. So, two things. People were afraid to come in contact with people this year because the coronavirus is real, y'all. Hello. It's no joke. And I've only met two and a half men who really were interested in meeting me. One person was just a horn dog. He wanted to get his freak on. He was ready to lick this booty. I mean, I don't blame you. Come get it. Nah. But then two other men, they were interested in seeing me, but through time. Tiptoe. No rush whatsoever. But even if you could link up in person, where could you go? The clubs, the bars, the museums, the library was shut down. Like, you had to book a reservation to go to the library. I'm just saying. Like, there was really nothing to do. Now, of course, shout out to the people who strengthened their marriage, their relationships during this year. But for the most part, I feel like people weren't dating. And that just took so much pressure off me. I didn't have FOMO. I wasn't concerned, like, who's in the club? Who's doing this? Or I should be on this dating app. Or I'm missing out on that vacation, blah, blah, blah. Like, no. I was like, let's focus on getting some money, because I'm not where I want to be financially. And even this year, I was like, God, please take this desire out of me to want a man and put that desire energy into something else. And I was like, God, just help your sister. Help a girl out. Help me out. And I was like, God, apply this energy somewhere else. And I've been focusing on empowering women, and most importantly, empowering myself, because you cannot swipe from an empty card. You cannot pour from an empty vessel, whatever you want to say. So this year I've been focusing on my health, getting my Jesus on, and building my confidence. And I love it. And even though dating has slowed down this year, I've learned some lessons, and specifically about myself. The first thing that I've learned is that you cannot sex the love out of a man, and you cannot strangle the love out of a man. Because these past two relationships, I've realized that I was relying on them to love me versus loving myself. And one relationship, I had to end it because he was only one to run one red light, and he was like, I'll never have period sex again. It messed up my sheets and blah blah blah. And two, he didn't eat ass. He didn't even entertain the thought of it, y'all. And he was just so sexually boring. He was content with the same positions. And I was torn because I was thinking, he's a great man, he's nice, he's handsome, but the suffragists, they marched so I can get my freak on and feel good. Hello. We are no longer in the era where we're just here to have babies. We need to feel good, ladies. Can I get an amen? And then the most recent relationship, we got our freak on. He was down for it, was down for almost anything, but we rarely saw each other because of distance. I didn't have a car, his work schedule, this, that, and the third. And because we couldn't see each other and I was sexually attracted to him, I was like, I can't get with you. I can't feel on you. You're not going to make me feel good. You're not going to grow up on me. I'm going to go find it somewhere else. And there was just so many men gassing me up online. You're so beautiful. You're so pretty. I want to do this to you, blah, blah, blah. And I fed into that. And because of my greed and my insecurities and my desires for sex, I ruined my past relationship. Now, there were some other factors, but I will take responsibility. What's his name? Grant Cardone. He said, assume responsibility over everything. You are always to blame. So that's my fault in a relationship. I was too heavy on the sex part. And I realized doing some math, sex is not as important as the relationship itself. Now, it's important. Don't lower your standards, y'all. But I've realized doing some math. Let's say you see someone every weekend. You're building a relationship. And y'all may have sex every weekend, let's say for an hour, for 2 straight days. That's 2 hours per week. 2 times 8, or 2 times 4 is 8. I'm jumping ahead of myself. 8 times 12, that's 96 hours of sex. I think, yeah. 8. I don't know. Something like that. And then conversations. Usually, I hope you're talking every day, maybe an hour per day, maybe for a full FaceTime phone conversation, or texting 20 minutes here, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes here. 1 times 7, 7 days a week, that's 7. 7 times 4, that's 28. So 7 days a week, you're talking an hour a day. That's 28 hours a month. We can round it up to 30 if you like, make it pretty. 30 times 12, that's 360. So 96 hours or whatever 8 times 12 is versus 360 hours of communication. It's definitely important that you definitely have some communication going on. And also thinking of sex, you have to communicate, hi, I would like to have sex with you. Hello, we are consent culture. And during it, like, ooh, I like that, or speed up, or slow down, or whatever. And then afterwards, you're talking too. You're doing more talking than you are with the sex. So it's definitely important to get your freak on and feel good, but also have that balance of communication, your homie, your friend, which leads into my next point, standards. 2020 has taught me that I'm not tripping for having standards. So along with having conversation, I want mental stimulation. I want a man whose vocabulary is so good that I have to look in the dictionary every time we talk because his words, his vocab is so big. And I'm not using it as a euphemism. Like, I like big words. And not him being arrogant or pompous. Pompous is a fancy word for arrogant and like big chests, and I think I'm the ish. But just because he likes to read and he likes learning and education. And not only that, I want someone who we can have a variety of conversations with and intellectual conversations with. So many times men have slid in my DMs online. You're so pretty. How are you? What's up? That's a trigger. What's up? Like, sir, you lack effort 100%. And sometimes guys will just be like, I want to do X, Y, Z, or have you tried this and that? Like, and then this is the kicker, y'all. Some men will give me their elevator pitch. Like, hi, I'm Tom. I'm 44, live in the northwest suburbs, clean, disease-free, divorced with 2 kids. I like golfing and reading and skiing. And here's my kick and my number. You have a really nice profile. Hope to hear from you. Like, how many profiles did you send that to? What did you like about my profile? lacking the effort. But I've encountered some men, a small percentage, but I've encountered some men who would slide in my DMs and ask questions, ask about me, have read my profile and want to get to know me. So, y'all, if you're listening to this, y'all not tripping for having standards. Like for me, I want to discuss deep conversations. I want to talk about your top 5 MCs. Side note, you could tell a lot about a man by who his top MCs are. I knew a relationship was not going anywhere when a guy told me Future was one of his top 5. I was like, whoa, this ain't gonna work. Because clearly your wavelength of thinking is different. And that's because I'm a hip hop head. I love rap. Also, I want to talk about the parallels between the upbringings of Tupac Shakur and Theo Huxtable, or who had a better agenda for the Black community, W.B. Du Bois or Booker T. Washington, and whose agenda would best benefit the Black person in 2021. Just saying. Like, let's talk about Black history with your thumb in my butt. I'm a big old freak, but an intellectual freak. So 2020 taught me that yes, we can talk about sex and all that, but the way to conquer a woman's body, you conquer her mind. Because when a man could talk some intellectual stuff, especially some Black history, talk to me about some books, woo, child, I will put it on him, suck the brown off. I'm just saying. That's if he Black. I mean, I usually like Black guys, but I am down with the swirl. I like the Latinos too. Hey. Never say never, never say always. So 2020 has definitely instilled those standards in me. And not only that, with conversation, but there's been men who've given me money who I've never met in person, giving me gifts. So this is a whole new way. Like, I'm not tripping. Manifestation is a real thing, y'all. Check out the book, The Secret. Whatever you focus on, you get more of. And whatever you believe in your mind and your heart will come out in real life, into fruition. So from here on out, hello, if you're not talking money, you're not talking gifts, you're not talking spoiling, you ain't got my time. Get out of my face. And here's a byproduct though. Here's a caveat, whatever you want to say. With standards comes quality over quantity. And I've noticed that with dating is that because the higher my standards are, like my dad said, I'm not falling for the okie doke. So be prepared to reject some people, to ignore some people if you got standards like me. A lot of people will want you, but a lot of people won't be able to get to you. So there's that. But I value my standards over attention any day because my mental health, my self-worth is way more than some attention from a man who could probably last 3 minutes, barely find the right holes. We ain't tripping off you. And then lastly, I have learned this year that you got to keep life going despite the relationships. Because last person I dated, I was so eager to text him and talk to him, alter my schedule. And he was interested. He definitely devoted his time, for sure. But clearly he had his schedule and his routine made, and I put things on a back burner for him. And I remember seeing something on social media, and it said, that's where women trip up at. Y'all get mad at a man for not devoting everything into the relationship when he still has his hobbies and doing all those things. In the meme, it said, y'all, keep living your life. Keep doing those interests. Keep doing those hobbies. And then just have the relationship, meshing. And I was so eager to devote so much time to the relationship that I couldn't focus on me. And I've learned 2 things this year within that. One, my homegirl, she said, men are an accessory. They're not the full outfit. They add a little fun to your life, but they're not the end all be all. And 2, I've made the analogy that your life is like a bus. People are going to hop on the bus, ride for one stop. Some people are going to ride multiple stops. Some people, if you're lucky, they're going to be from station A to station B. And some people, they're going to stay on the bus stop and they're going to drive past. Or you're going to drive past, my bad. You're going to drive past them on the bus stop and they're not going to hop on. And that's okay. So, like I mentioned, I've been getting my Jesus on. And I was listening to the sermon, the Book of Ruth, and how she found Boaz. She found Boaz in the field working, doing her, focusing on loving her mother-in-law and being a better woman and serving God. And that's how I'm going to find someone special. I'm going to be lost in the sauce of my life, reading, traveling, in school, doing whatever, not actively looking for someone in particular. And to end all of this, y'all, some things I want y'all to take away from this is, one, have an abundance mindset. The reason I've stayed in trash relationships and talked to men, give them so many chances, is because I had a scarcity mindset. I thought, this is all I could get. I can find no one better. But there's a whole world out there. A whole world out there. People who I've yet to meet. People outside of my state, outside of my country. There's so many people to meet, and they'll do more than enough. And I love the meme. It's not that you're asking for too much. You're just asking the wrong person. And it's not even to stun on people. Like, there's some men who suck and they're trash. But also, it's just, y'all not the right fit. Just like when you go shoe shopping. There's some pretty shoes. They're just not your size. And that doesn't take away from the shoe or the outfit. It's just, that's for someone else, not for you. And the big thing I want y'all to understand, and I've learned, I recently saw this online too, that never let a man show you twice that he's not interested in you. And I'm getting to the point where I don't want to look for a man. I want to be a man. Boobs. I don't want to look for a man. I want to be a woman that a man is looking for. So building my mind, building my spirituality, and just exuding my confidence, because energy is contagious and people like confident people. So if I'm Gucci with myself and I'm vibing and diving all throughout life, that's going to exude and that's going to shine. And that's just going to make me a better and happier person. So for anyone listening to this, be encouraged, focus on you, do you, and just love your life. And that's my podcast. Thank you all for listening. You can definitely check me out online. NIGH_YUH on Instagram, and then Naya Stell on Facebook. So until next time, bye.